Hey there guys, Plumore here. Now there's breaking news from the Elite League that Paul Thompson has left the Sheffield Steelers. What I'm going to say about this is that it's just my opinion on everything and how they're looking and everything, just basically what I think about the whole situation. So, first of all, I think that it's probably the right time for him to leave. He's been there for a couple of seasons now, 3 or 4 I think, but he was past his best in my opinion. The league's moved on in my opinion. I remember in Coventry when he was winning titles for fun, and he won a few at Sheffield, but he got off to a terrible start this season, and yeah, so this is going to be my opinion. I believe it's the right time for him to leave. So the main problem with him for me, of what I have with him, is I think he recruited terribly poorly for Sheffield this year. Some of their players look like wastes of space. God knows why they've got Chris Lawrence. He's about as useful. Nah, he's just useless, never mind. Anyway, Stefan De La Rosa doesn't seem up to much either. He's pretty useless at the moment. Jackson Whistle's brother doesn't look that good, although I'm not sure if he counts as a Brit or an import, so I'm not going to go and tell them to sack him or anything, obviously, because he might be a Brit. But still, few players aren't really up to scratch in my opinion, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. They have now got Mark Matheson, I think it's Matheson, who's their temporary coach until they bring in a new guy. So let's see how this goes. I think Matheson's he's experienced, he's a good player, seems like he has a good hockey IQ, so he might be able to bring something together with the team. But I still don't think it's really a good enough team to be competing for titles. I'm not going to lie. They've got off to quite a poor start, if I'm being honest with you. Let me just pull this up and see where they are in the league. Yeah, basically I think he's going to have to make some changes. I thought Martindale, who they signed a couple of days ago, played okay against Panthers, the team I support. I thought he looked okay. I like Brooks since he's been in the league for a while. I've gotten to like him, so there's 2 good additions, but they're both signed under Paul Thompson. Alright, let's see this. Sheffield Steelers are 5th in the league with only 1 regulation win. They've had 3 overtime wins or shootout, but only 1 a regulation win. 4 losses as well. So in 7 games they've got 6 points, and that's not great if you consider Panthers, who have got 12 points from 8 games, and Cardiff, who have got 6 from 4. If you do not know the Elite League, you get 2 points for a win, 2 points for an overtime win, and 1 point for an overtime loss, and 0 points for a loss. So yeah, it's not very good from the Steelers so far. They are at a 4.29 percentage or win percentage according to the Elite League site. I haven't done the maths though. And they have took a lot of penalty minutes, so basically they are not looking good so far, but I expect them to bounce back. I expect them to be in the title hunt near the end, but I don't think they'll be actually competing. I think they'll be 3rd or 4th. When I said expect them to be in the title hunt, I basically mean I expect them to be around the top 5. But that's not really good considering Sheffield have had a history of winning things. Yeah, so I think players they should look to replace. Obviously you can't replace the whole team, but players they should look to replace. I thought Justin Bussio, I think his name is. I didn't rate him at all. Twice I've seen him play, I didn't rate him much. I think Chris Lawrence is not worth it. Josh McFadden, I haven't seen much, but he was a defender, so maybe that's a good thing. Ryan Martinelli's a waste of space, let's be honest. I never rated him at Belfast. Stefan De La Rova, I think, should go. Yuri Gula, I didn't see much of him at the games he played, didn't notice him much, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing again. But, yeah. Now, let me say something I think that's a positive for them. I think Jackson Whistle in net for them is a positive. I think he's a good goalie. I think he's really underrated by a lot of the fans, if I'm honest. He's a Brit, so you can add an extra import outskater, so that's a positive. So that's what I'm hoping their new coach does, for their sake. That's what I'm hoping he does, for their sake. Obviously, if I'm hoping for my sake, I'm hoping he does terrible on bombs. But if you want the league to be competitive, I think you've got to make changes there. Let me bring up one thing, because Mark Matheson, his name might not even be Mark, I can't remember what his name is. Let me just pull this up. Matheson, anyway, is an experienced player. So, considering he's an experienced player and played in a lot of places and stuff, I think he might know a lot of people that maybe he could bring into to help him. Mark Matheson. Maybe bring in a couple of people to help him boost the team. He's played in the SHL, the EBL, AHL, ECHL, France and Norway. So we should know a couple of players that he could bring in to help him out. But yeah, my money is on him not being coach for too long, maybe a couple of months before they bring in a full-time bench coach. And so another thing I'm going to say is, Steelers fans, if you're watching, don't expect this to change anything. Well, expect it to change. Expect to start seeing changes and winning, but don't expect anything from this season. If I was you, I would expect more of a rebuild process, and maybe be looking to compete in 1 or 2 years. So I wouldn't expect anything big if you sign, even if you sign a top quality coach. I don't think you're going to do much this year. So yeah, let's leave this here. Thompson leaving Sheffield, I think it's the right move. Apparently it was a personal decision. I don't believe it. I think not many people believe it, but if it is, then I hope everything's okay with him. Wish him well for the future. He's a hockey legend over in England, so that's that. And yeah, thank you for watching, and peace. See ya.